We're artists, and a lot of us are very visual people. So this week, we're looking at using images in Microsoft Word. I'm Alia Vryans, and I'm the Microsoft Word wizard here at the Auspicious Arts Incubator. This week, I want to talk about images and what we can do with them in Microsoft Word. As always, this is a fairly simple topic, but there are a couple of tips and tricks that I want to show you that you might not know about. So let's go. First off, I want to caveat this tip with a warning. If you're dealing with really image-dense documents, Word is not going to be your friend. It's really not designed for amazing desktop publishing. In a perfect world, anything really image or design-rich should be done in Adobe InDesign. But at a pinch, even PowerPoint is better to work in than Word. Best thing is, the tips I'm going to give you now will also work in PowerPoint, and in the extended version of this tip over on our members site, I'm going to show you how you can set up PowerPoint quickly to become a really powerful desktop publishing tool. So check that out. But there are going to be times when Word just has to be the thing that you have to use. So here are some things you can do. Okay, you can see here that I've got an invoice that I'm going to send out. I picked an invoice so that we've got tables and different elements on the page. But also, this tip is coming from a question one of the artists in our community had that was specifically dealing with this kind of document, and I'm happy to try and help. I'd like to include some pictures of the art that the invoice is relating to. Now, I'm going to assume that you know how to add images, so let's skip forward a bit. Here, I have 2 images already inserted. I want to add one more. But you can see when I added it, the picture is way too large. I want it to be the exact same size as the other 2 images I already have there. So, I click on one of the existing images. Make sure you're looking at the Picture Tools tab in the ribbon at the top. See at the top right, it has size dimensions listed. Take note of just one of the dimensions. In this case, I'm going to remember that the height is 3.9 centimeters. Now, click back on the larger image. Then click into the height value in the size dimensions and highlight what's written there. Type 3.9 and hit enter. And voila! The image resizes, keeping its proper ratio, and now it's the exact same size as the other ones I have already there. Cool, huh? Cool! So, the next thing I want to show you is replacing an image that's already in your document. So, I like having these 3 images here, but I've decided that one of them isn't quite right. But I've already got everything sized correctly, so what do? Well, right-click on the image that you want to swap out and click Change Picture. We want to insert something that I already have on file, so I click From a File and Browse. I select the new image that I want to drop in and I click Insert. It inserts the image in the place of the one that I already had there, and because both images were the exact same dimensions, the new image inserts as the exact same size as the one that was there already. I mean, this means that if you have a layout that you like, you can change the images around without shifting things around too much. Pretty nifty. Okay, let's have a look at placing images where you have a lot of text. You have a few different options. Here's my document. I want to insert a picture in the middle of it all. I'm just going to resize it a bit to make it a bit obvious what we're going to do. There we are. There are 2 things that we can use to improve how this looks in amongst our text: layout options and position. Layout options lets you decide how the image interacts with the text around it. The default when you insert an image is to have the image in line with text, which basically means Word treats the image as it would treat a paragraph. It will sit on the page, above and below the other paragraph text, and it's kind of beholden to the same kind of rules that the rest of the text is, you know, whether it's left justified, right justified, the padding above and below, all that kind of stuff. Images with this layout option can't be dragged onto just any old part of the document. They sit in line with the text, justified in the same way. Other useful layout options, though, include Square, which lets you wrap the text around the image and lets you click and drag the image wherever you want it on the page. Wherever you drag it, the text is going to wrap itself around the image. See what I've done there? Tight and Through do a similar job, but that's kind of more apparent when you've got an image that's a different shape. See here with my circle, see how the text wraps to the edge of the circle in a curved line. The top and bottom option makes it look the same as an inline text, but it actually lets you click and drag it onto any part of the page. Behind text will let the text display over the top of the image, and in front of text will let the text, you got it, go behind the image. Right. Obviously, this lets you do a bunch of different things with your layout that can be really useful. So next, position. Position is a bit like layout options, but it's a bit more like a preset to make the document look good. It's under the Picture Tools tab in your ribbon. The basics. Position basically gives you some options on where in the document you want to put the image. Top left, top right, middle, bottom, middle, wherever you want to put it on the page. The image is set to have text wrap around it and goes to the point on the page that you select. Cool. And lastly, I want to show you the align function, which helps you arrange images on the page. I've added a few more elements onto my page to help me show you what we're talking about. Under the Picture Tools tab in the ribbon, we have an Align button that gives us a lot of options. If you have just one image selected, choosing any of these options will align that object to the page in the way that you've selected. For example, selecting the top image and choosing Align Left aligns that image to the left of the page. Same if I choose Align Center, Align Right, Align Top, etc., etc. But if I choose multiple objects by holding Shift on the keyboard and clicking until I've selected everything I want to move, and choosing the same option, Align Left, instead of aligning to the page, the objects actually align to themselves. See how the left edges have all matched up now? I can also change it to Align Right, and now they're all aligned to the rightmost edge of the collection of images. Pretty nifty. We can also distribute horizontally and distribute vertically, which is going to balance out the distribution of the object along those two axes. Now, as always, have a play and see what you can get it to do. And that's it. Leave me a comment with any questions you have or suggestions for other things you'd like me to go over. Now, I have a lot more that I can talk about when it comes to images in documents, so if you want me to make a part 2 on this, let me know in the comments below. In the extended version of this video, I'm going to talk about how to use PowerPoint as a cool desktop publishing tool instead of just for presentations. So if you're interested in that, head over to our website and sign up for the ASAP membership site. As always, make sure you subscribe to our hot tips and check out our website at auspiciousartsincubator.org.